Hello and welcome. Here's another opportunity for you to get your daily dose of vitamin Z, brought to you by your Detroit Zoological Society. We are here today outside of our Cotton Family Wetlands. As you can see, winter is slowly taking a chance to move in on us, and our animals are getting prepared for their winter activities. As you see, there are still quite a few animals swimming around in the pond, and we're going to talk a little bit today about how during the winter, as this pond slowly ices over, it still provides a great resource for our animals, mainly our native animals. A lot of times when we're at the zoo, we get a chance to see a lot of animals from around the world, but none are more important than our care of our native animal species, and that's what this exhibit, the Cotton Family Wetlands, was designed to do. As you take a look right now, and again, you see we have one of our swan species, our trumpeter swan species, grooming itself, getting ready, getting prepared for winter. So you may think, well, guess what? Winter comes, it ices over, the pond ices over, and there's really nothing much going on here. But, as they say, there's a lot going on here, because beneath that icy exterior is a smaller group of animals in the insect kingdom that are doing very well. So, you will have like your dragonfly nymphs, your stonefly nymphs, and your mayfly nymphs, and they actually stay active during the winter, actually feeding, so that when spring comes they can actually leave the pond as adults. Okay, and for those of you who think, well, I don't like mosquitoes in the summertime, right? Well, guess what? Some of the biggest things that can happen is that when the dragonfly actually leaves the pond, they actually eat quite a bit. They need quite a bit of food, and on their diet are mosquitoes. So they're actually helping a lot of our other animals during the summertime, because of the fact that they will eat the mosquitoes that can bite our animals. Okay, so there's quite a bit happening in the wintertime in the pond. So as we talked before, we need to make sure that our behavior or our activities or actions, however you choose to put it, around the pond actually help for our animals, including our insects, to have a very good winter. Because we want to get our mayflies, our stoneflies, and our dragonflies to be plentiful. For one thing, one of the main diets of fish are exactly mayflies. So we want to make sure that everything is good in that area. So, as we talked before, we must make sure that what we do around the pond, including around the drains that in many cases feed directly into the pond, is helpful. So a lot of times in the wintertime, you're saying, well, how does that affect me? What can I do? Well, a lot of us have pet species. I have a pet, I have a dog, and we want to make sure that when the dogs eliminate waste, go to the bathroom, that we have an opportunity to, as quickly as we can, to get that up. And I know sometimes it's a little difficult because of the fact that, you know, snow is coming down, maybe covering it up, that sort of thing. But we want to make sure that we don't just let it sit there, because the ground is frozen, making a very hard surface. And what happens is that the animal waste will then run, as they say, when spring comes, it will actually run towards the drain system. Now, a little bit of nitrates inside of our ponds, which is a production of the animal waste, is okay. It's actually needed. but a lot of nitrate will actually change the composition of the quality of water and make it more difficult for those species that we need to spend their winter in the water and grow well to actually grow and develop in the springtime. Okay? Another thing that we want to talk again about to make sure that this is very clear to everyone, this thing is that please do not feed bread to the bird species. It provides no nutritional value. And also you want to make sure that if you leave the bread species laying around, it will just mold and create another hazardous environment. So these are simple things that we can do. We can not feed bread. Alternatives are like cracked corn. So we must make sure that we do not allow for any type of fluids to go down our drain. That is our oil, our antifreeze. A lot of times, you want to top off your antifreeze because it's getting a little low and it's cold outside and you miss a little bit. Make sure that it does not make it to your drain system, because if it makes it to your drain system, it's going to make it into your local pond or stream. Okay? So, want to do that. And last but not least, we want to be diligent in getting up that animal waste, our pet animal waste, to make sure that it doesn't sit on the hard surface and somehow find its way into our groundwater system. So, once again, you, our animal conservationists, can help us help our animals have a safe and happy winter. So with that, we will say goodbye, and we will be back next time.